ALC crew, welcome to week 4. This will be a shorter week due to Labor Day, so we'll narrow the focus a bit. Here's what we'll cover in this episode. Your To Be American statements, your When I Say poems, the Journey Story Project, the family structure, and this week's to-do. So let's get started. As expected, your To Be American statements were masterfully composed, insightful, and diverse. They were also strikingly honest. In reading them, it became apparent that there are some strong feelings about this idea of what it means to be American. Let's take a look at some of your statements. Tasia T. wrote, "To be American means living in a pick-and-choose society. America is in favor of the white man." Brooke S. wrote, "To be American is to be valued by your income, to be American. If you're other than what others wish, you are discriminated against. Where you live and who you are, how you identify, what you look like, sets you up negatively or positively. Everything is defined by society, unjust laws against those unlike themselves. To be American is to be controlled by those who can't accept differences, to be controlled by those who should have no say in that argument." Michael N. wrote, "To be American means to include all, to embrace diversity, and to contribute to your community." These statements have set a strong foundation for the exploration we'll do together over the next several months. Then there were your When I Say poems. Nate Marshall would be proud of the work you've all done here. The poems were vivid and real, full of sensory details, difficult realities, pride, hope, and skepticism. Here's some of the impressive work written by your peers. When I Say Iraq by Miriam I. When I say Iraq, I mean the smell of the flowers everywhere. When I say Iraq, I mean the not-so-good roads. When I say Iraq, I mean the amazing smell of shawarma. When I say Iraq, I mean the little kids playing outside all day. When I say Iraq, I mean everyone drinking chai 24/7. When I say Iraq, I mean church every Sunday. When I say Iraq, I mean everyone going on road trips every Sunday after church. When I say Iraq, I mean the Dream City amusement park. When I say Iraq, I mean the fun family gatherings. When I Say Skokie by Gabriella A.
When I say Skokie, there are celebrations amongst my block. Strong aromas of home-cooked meals in the air. Fireflies fulfill the night as the moon shines from above, a sense of what summer nights consist of. When I say Skokie, it is a place where I spent most of my life, a suburb in Cook County, Illinois, located in an urban area, not a rural area. When I say Skokie, it is a peaceful area, rarely any violence. Everyone comes together to help one another, through thick, through thin. When the country was falling apart, nothing stopped people from organizing a protest for change, a protest for justice. Not even COVID-19 stopped people. Skokie is small, but also special.
When I say Maison, it is the smell of the rain on the hot, dusty ground, full of history embedded deep within its buildings. A place with children playing and adults talking. Late in the night, this all changes to fireworks at night. This is not any fireworks. The fireworks that hurt people. At least, that's what I thought its name was as a kid. You ask me, what is the meaning behind the so-called fireworks? Hush and listen quietly. Bang! Boom! Boom! You see, this is the sound I hear as fireworks. I cling on to my mom as hard as I can. So I close my eyes and start to imagine this. Feeling the warmth of that bright morning. Sounds of laughter fill the air, giggles, chattering. This is Maison, the Maison I know that always has lights filling all the streets. Grandpa's talking outside and playing backgammon. Hot tea in the afternoon with my grandma that is worth the whole world. These are the days I remember from my childhood. My dad's canaries adding the yellow to highlight my morning. In addition to the canaries, the orange sunrise and sunset. Wow, just breathtaking. I just can't be explaining how good of a feeling. To breathe your last breath in your hometown, your childhood, and hope there are no more fireworks. Maison, where my memories and mind wanders.
When I say Niles, I mean a place where you feel safe. A community so loving that it gives you faith. I remember all the places I used to go. A park with a nice breeze and all the other places Niles had to offer. When I say Niles, it brings me a feeling of nostalgia. All the kids playing and giggling, it brings me joy. I proudly say Niles is as beautiful as heaven. Niles was and always will be my hometown.
When I say Skokie, I hear diversity up in the air. People talking with each other and how they immigrated from their country, it didn't treat them fair. When I say Skokie, we the biggest village in the world, and every week they pray to their Lord. When I say Skokie, this is the calmest place you can have. Haven't seen anybody in a while get mad. When I say Skokie, we have our ups and downs. Like when they built a Target and made Skokie a mini version of Chicago, that was super loud. When I say Skokie, we pick what's right. We all know each other, that when we go to sleep, we yell out good night. When I say Skokie, we tell our relatives to come here on the phone, because we all know we call this place home.
Moving work. Your statements and poems have been graded and are viewable right here on Canvas. The combination of statements and poems that we developed last week got us thinking about what we stand for on this notion of America, and where in America we now stand. Literally. And that place in which we now stand, whether it be Skokie, this street, this neighborhood, this block, or this school, is a place we each came to from somewhere else. A big part of the American experience is our journey to this place. Now, some of us come from families who've made that journey from far away, some from close by, some recently, and some have been here for generations. Some of us come from families who voluntarily chose to come here. Some of us came from families who were forcibly taken from other places. Some of us don't know where we came from. Some of us don't really want to know or share that part of our story. But what we all do have in common is that we're here, and we all have a story about being here. So our next area of study will focus on our journey, whatever that looks like, and we'll call this the Journey Story Project. To develop a thorough and meaningful personal journey story, we'll break this project down into 4 parts: the family structure, the interview, the research, and the audio story. Let's begin this week with the family structure. Family structure? You mean family tree? No. The phrase family tree is an old metaphor to explain traditional family relationships where people are connected based on their corresponding tree part. While it might seem conventional and clean-cut, many of our families just don't fit this analogy. Human relationships are far more complex. Perhaps your family is more of a solar system or a beehive. Maybe it's a molecule or the buttons on a video game controller. Choose whatever metaphor you like. Sometimes the people outside of our bloodlines are more our family than the ones contained within it. The purpose here is to establish yourself within the framework of the important people in your life. And here, you get to decide who they are. I'm going to do this assignment alongside you. My family is an interesting case because my mother is adopted. So for most of her life and mine, we didn't know who her blood relatives were. So her journey story is a bit different. Okay, so now that we've clarified what we're doing and why we're doing it, now we'll create a family structure visual that shows our connections to people that matter to us. Here's what we want to include. 1, important people. Here, identify and name the important people in your life. For my family structure, I'm choosing to identify the people who are most important to me. So here I have my daughter, my mother and father, my siblings, my partner, and some grandparents. 2, information and anecdote. Here, gather some information about each of these important people, along with an interesting fact or anecdote about them. So here's an example. My mom has lived in the same apartment for the last quarter century, and now she's putting her home on wheels by building a bus home. Yeah, my mom's gonna live in a bus. More on that later. 3, visual representation. Here we're gonna create a visual that conveys how these people are connected. 4, style. Make sure to develop your visual in a way that complements your personal style and reflects the structure and personality of your relationships. 5, execution. Finally, be sure to make it neat, organized, and timely. To create this family structure visual, consider using the free online tool Canva. Here's a quick tutorial on how to get started with your design. Head over to canva.com, log in or create an account by using your Google credentials, click Create a Design, choose a format, then you'll be presented with a blank canvas. Choose from one of the many templates or create your own from scratch. I chose this coronavirus poster template as a starting point because I like the colorful divisions and think they'll work well with my family structure design. Modify your text, add images and illustrations, and when you're finished, head up to the down arrow and click it to download your design. Then submit your design via file upload on Canvas. This family structure visual will be a 15-point assignment. Next week, we'll move into the interview phase of this project. So between now and the end of the week, you'll want to identify an individual who's either a family member or someone close to you who you will interview about your journey. So what do I have to do? Here it is. 1. Family structure visual. And 2. Identify an interviewee. These will both be due Friday, September 11th at 11:59 p.m. That's it for this one, ALC crew. We'll see you in virtual class. In the meantime, stay safe, stay focused, and stay connected.